after Trump got elected, the thing went from 60 something to 108 in like 2 months, and then we're going to complain when it goes down to 90, mid 90s. Like, come on, dude. Like, here's the thing. When you've been in crypto for a long time, you just know this is the ebb and flow of crypto. This is where the money's made. Crypto goes up, you got to, oh, look at the charts. Oh, does it look like it's going to go down? And then be like Taco over here and be all like, wait a second, I'm going to go do some leverage on this because clearly Bitcoin's going to go up again. I mean, it's not. So he played it smart. I think that's a pretty good deal. And a lot of stuff going on here. I mean, we're seeing in the meme coin world, and I'm curious what you guys are seeing, is that almost every chain is having a couple winners. Every chain is going to have at least one big winner, and most chains are going to have multiple winners. Like ETH's obviously going to have big winners. Sol's going to have big winners. Base going to start having more than just one. Avalanche just has one, cock in you, which is weird. It's a bird. It's a cock. I was like, that. It sounds weird, you guys. That's a weird one, and but it's funny. And it's weird because Avalanche is like the most serious blockchain, and their biggest meme is called cock in you, COQ, which is weird. So that's kind of what I see. Is I think we're always going to see one or two at least main meme coins on every major blockchain, and then we'll start seeing some others popping off as the narratives pop off. But what about you, Roger, and then Taco? What are you guys thinking on this?
You know, I kind of wanted to ask about Ton Gaming, right? Because Ton seems like a place that a lot of meme coins are going to. Ton obviously has very fast transactions as well. So I'm actually curious, and I'm going to take it to Taco. But first, Alex, as someone that's building on Ton Gaming, can you give us, if I'm a meme coin founder, give us insights on why Ton Gaming is valuable, why maybe people are building meme coins on Ton? What does that look like?
I think one of the things that you do need to remember is that Telegram, which Ton is very closely associated with, it has about 900 million users, right? So, and they are, Telegram is already a very crypto-friendly messaging app, maybe one of the most crypto-friendly messaging apps out there. Now, obviously, onboarding users with the TG mini apps, and most of the people who are building on Ton are building TG mini apps. Onboarding users there is seamless. Telegram team keeps introducing features that makes building those apps easier, that makes acquiring users easier and cheaper. And the whole snowballing effect that you need from the community side of you is just seamless from the start to the very end on Ton. I guess that's the main reason there. And also, it's a young blockchain. Yes, I'll give you that, but it's also very, very fast growing.
No, that makes sense. And, Taco, if you want to touch on Ton, but if you don't know much about Ton, just give us your overall opinion on where the meme market is right now and what you're looking at.
So, Ton is doing a lot of things where they integrated really natively with Telegram. One of the things that sort of sucks with it is the geo blocking within the United States, or if you use a US number for your Telegram account. So you're having to use like Ton Keeper. There's I think 7 external self-custody Ton wallets that integrate, and I'm sure it's always expanding. But there's a lot of cool stuff in it that started on the attention economy. Notcoin sort of broke the path of how quickly it could grow exponentially. And we've seen other people pick it up. Dogs got even, hosted within the Notcoin community. So there was huge exposure all the way around. How cool the Telegram devs and dev community set up workshops around the world for building on Telegram, building on Ton. Yes, we saw the market of Ton sort of take a dive when Big P got arrested in France, but and then there's all the FUD and around the security side of it. I'm sort of becoming personally a Signal maxi, but folders make Telegram the place to work out of, unfortunately. And so there's cool stuff growing. I love all the different chains that are building within Telegram as well. A huge shout out to Sway and what they're building on Sui within Telegram. And now we see Bitcoin, BonkBot, obviously was a really big pusher on the trading aspect within Telegram. That was first before Ton. So that's really cool. Meme coin wise, we see the AI stuff still really taking off, and then like the play on AI. Like we saw LLM, large language model, pop up the other day, and that sort of showcased personal trading with friends as well. So trading with friends is like you can do in Telegram is a big thing. Seeing your friends win is always great. And I'm not rage quitting. I am only up 423% right now on my 300x long. So still here.
Nicely done. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, you're right on. You're right on. Telegram has going on 1 billion users. We interviewed one of the founders of Ton Society and talking about how all those things, how it's been going off. And it's interesting. My experience is that they're anti-West in a lot of ways, because it's like they will really pump up the developers that are in Eastern Europe and other places. But if you're launching a token, you got mostly people that are from the United States. They're like, meh. And like so much so, as even Taco had mentioned, is that I have a couple friends that are in Russia, and they're like, oh wait, so could you send me over a couple ton? I want to play around with some game. I was like, dude, I don't even have a wallet in my Telegram. And I showed the admin panel, like, look, there's no wallet in here. And they're like, that's weird. Look, I have one right here. And I'm like, yeah, we're in America. We're like, it's like, are you in America, North Korea, or Iran? Well, then sorry, you can't participate. And so hopefully the new administration that comes in can solve some of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Chonky, what are your thoughts on that, bro?
Yeah, I think they are going to solve a lot of that. Well, okay, maybe not solve a lot of that. I think the new administration, actually touching on what you were talking about earlier, let me back up a little bit. It's insane to me that anybody can be bearish in any sense right now, considering that I think if you bought Bitcoin, if anybody on this planet bought Bitcoin before 24 days ago, they are in profit right now. Any sense of bearishness is absolutely fucking stupid. I want to throw that out there. Meme coin market's rough right now. It is what it is. There are some runners here and there. But I do think the new administration is going to improve all facets of feeling safe and secure, and for more so than anything else, builders in the U.S. That's going to be good for everywhere. The U.S. is the largest financial market on the planet. So I think it's going to be nothing but bullish for everyone. Space is entirely too small for anybody to be truly in competition with each other in any sort of blockchain technology. But yeah, not super well versed with all things Ton for reasons like you were just describing, I guess, to an extent, but excited to learn more.
Yeah, the Ton ecosystem is super interesting. And I think something that's not talked about enough, and Alex actually talked about it, was Telegram, right? The access Telegram has to bring and onboard not just our Web3 users and people that are understanding crypto, but the broader mass adoption, right? Because every day, I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing my normal friends pop up on my Telegram account with, hey, this person just joined, and a chat brought up.
Yeah, that is wild. And that's if I've already connected with them on some other channel, they go into my DM folder. I'll tell you what, that's one trick about Telegram is if you do not use these folders effectively, you'll never see messages come through, because I've been using Telegram way back in the day since the ICO days, and everybody has a channel. And it's like, that's really what I need to do, Tacos. I need to go through my Telegram and be like, I don't care about this shit coin. I don't care about this coin. I don't care about this one. But so what happens is the conversations I do care about, I'll put them into, here's my business one. Here's my DMs from people who I follow. Here's some of my degen sniping bots and stuff. That way I can keep track of certain things. Man, that makes your Telegram experience about 100x better. Before that, it's almost unusable because I was becoming a Signal maxi. I love Signal because the encryption and stuff. And now that Pavel Durov, he got arrested by France, and then all of a sudden they let him go because he said, okay, I'll start sharing some data. And I'm like, yeah, I can see how that does make people become a little more Signal maxi. It is interesting.
Number one thing that he got rid of, and I looked through a lot of different stuff that they changed, and this was something that I actually really liked because I travel nonstop to blockchain conferences and AI conferences. But the number one thing that they got rid of after that arrest for privacy and fraud prevention was the nearby feature. I loved, like, I didn't have to meet people. I could just send, like, hey, here's a picture of how crazy I look. Come find me at a conference. And I would see a whole list of nearby PFPs. And that was one of the coolest features, I think.
Wow,
But
I never used it. That sounds amazingly helpful.
the other alpha was it's always off by default, even if you use folders, but turn on personal folders. So all one-on-one DMs will be in their own separate folder if you haven't done that already.
Is that
Also,
in the admin?
I'm
Is
not
that
sure.
in the admin settings? I've not seen that. That looks like a pretty handy thing to turn on.
That's in folders. Yeah, in the folder settings.
Can
That's
you guys
always
hear me
off by
now?
default.
Or
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just wanted to circle back also real quick with to the topic of Ton on Telegram. I think what's also super interesting is actual consumer apps. Like there's this Asian version of Uber, which I always love to take as an example, and they started integrating on Telegram and allowing users to pay in Ton for getting a ride. So it's basically like an Asian version of Uber, which is order your ride share or whatever, and then you can now pay it with crypto on Ton through Telegram. I think we're seeing a lot of also traditional consumer apps taking that path because they know that the adoption on Telegram is so seamless and so easy.
Dude, I just turned it on. I got so many messages I've never seen before. Literally 46 people have messaged me that I've never seen before.
Oh, you're talking about the unread chat folder?
No. I turned on the personal. I'm like literally like, oh man, like I think I left some money on the table. Damn it. Dang. Taco over here helping us make money. Thank you, Mr. Taco. We appreciate that. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating how this thing is going on. Alex, I'm curious about this as someone who's built on the Ton ecosystem. How has the process been? Because you've clearly built something spectacular over time. And so maybe inspire other people who are thinking about building on Ton, what that might look like.
I think there are two things here, right? So in terms of, kind of part of our success was that, yes, indeed, we were Telegram native from the very beginning. Everything we did was within the TG mini app. Every, task that was implemented in the app either helped us grow somehow or entertain the users, or ideally both. So, there were tasks to subscribe to our channel or to boost our group, to give you, your if you don't know on TT channels, you can boost the group and then you have extra features and stuff. Now, if we ask them to subscribe to us or to share with their friends, etc., etc. So all these mechanics that Telegram was equipped with basically was the part of the story of our success. The other part is being very transparent, being, we didn't overpromise, we didn't keep the users waiting for years before, announcing the TG, etc. So we did that in a pretty smooth, quick, and transparent way. But I think indeed the native tool that Telegram had, and it was very handy that they implemented share to stories, the app directly to stories. And we've seen millions and millions of people sharing the stories about dogs. That obviously helps a lot. And the functionality is so native, you just don't use a click of one single button and it's done. It's very easy.
Right now, guys. That's all we need. Buy dogs.
Oh, there we go.
Buy dogs,
Hello.
everybody. Buy dogs. They're the best thing they ever made, bro. Alex, it's such a great decision.
But with that being said, though, I think the future meme coins should definitely kind of think outside of the box. I think what nobody wants is to have 10 apps that are the same. I think each needs to develop every new narrative, and it's great. We see those new narratives popping up, and it's great. We want to be the best and the largest as we are, but we definitely want to see others popping up with their very unique aspirations, their very unique narratives, and it's just what we definitely want to avoid is a copycat of 20 dogs F, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want things that get diluted is the word I like to use, right? And that's happening a lot right now in this industry, as coins and meme tokens and everyone trying to find meaning and value as they continue to build. And some of them at first didn't have any meaning or value, but it turned into something, and it turned into, a product or an idea or a charity or a DAO, so, it's interesting to see. And, I think Tolan's actually doing a great job on a lot of things there, and I'm interested. I'm actually excited to dive deeper, Alex, in the last segment of our show, when we talk a little bit more about dogs and, the meme cycle and how you guys are building and scaling that right now. So, but with that said, the market's hot, right? People are saying the market's down, but I don't know about you, Travis, but I still see on my timeline people printing millions of dollars on meme coins. I'm seeing a lot of stuff about Peep as well. Peep is going in. I think they mentioned Peep Coins is preparing to halve. I know you're a little involved in that in that world. Yeah, Pepe. Sorry, yeah, Pepe. What's your thoughts on that?
Did you just say PP? The PP
Did say I'm Hispanic, bro. Don't start. I said Peep. I didn't say Peep. I said Peep.
Yeah, they're gonna merge dogs, and they're gonna earn Pepe, and they're gonna call it Dog PP. And like, you gotta launch the dog.
This is what happens when you know. This is what happens when you know.
It's got lots of liquidity.
Languages.
Get in on PP quick. No, that's good. Actually, I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine that I've known since we were 6 years old. I got him in early on being a Degen in like 2018, and we were having a conversation. It was wild because like back in those days, it's like you'd find a project and you go, oh man, this one's going to be good later on down the road. Well, I'm going to get some now. And then slowly the chart would kind of grow and then do its thing, right? And now it's like, oh, it just launched. It just hit the bonding curve. Poof, poof. And you're like, you missed it. You're like, dude, it's almost like the whole market in a lot of ways has changed, where I would say, I don't know what, 99.9% of those dropping on those dot funds are scams, or at least the liquidity is going to get pulled sooner or later. I don't know that they set up to be a scam, but then somebody will come in and add liquidity to the pool and then start pulling on both sides and then siphon. Dude, it's wild how it all works. So I'd be curious about this, Taco, as we're looking at this and moving forward in the meme coin world as we're in 2025. Like, what's a good approach to ensure you don't get wrecked?
Good
question.
Well, are you trade if you like? Okay, so I use a ton of different tools, to track tokens. I don't draw numbers on. I don't draw lines on charts because that is TradFi. That is like mathematical trading that's being done. We're in a market that's literally dictated by PP coins, and so like the national, like the regular use of Fibonacci sequences and double cup handles and all of these trade signals. Yes, they can give you indications possibly on like the non-exotics, but on meme coins, how quickly can you tell all of your friends about it? Telegram does a great job with that. You can blast out like there's one of the really cool things, I forget the name of it, but it's a bot that I can I put in my trading group, and I put a contract in, and it's like, is this a gamble or alpha? And I'm like, I'm in it, so I'm calling it as alpha always. But I go in for a penny here, a dollar there, $10 there, because I'm expecting to lose. There was a big mess yesterday with Ace and Phantom, because Phantom pushes their SDK out, and Ace was integrating their SDK, so they were getting dev support, not like frontline community support, but Phantom is always out there supporting its builders. Doesn't mean it's like we endorse this, or that we're like love-handled partnerships, but like it was sort of hilarious on how much the community on both sides were like, oh, this means it's a real partnership because we're talking to a dev. Well, I talked to I came up with this: just because I freaking buy food from McDonald's doesn't mean I'm in partnership with McDonald's enterprise, and that they endorse me because I bought a double, triple Big Mac again.
Exactly. No, 100%. And real quick, Chunky, I want you to touch on this. I saw your expressions. I saw what you said. I saw the little comments you tried to make under your breath. Tell us, what's your thoughts on this? Because I think you have a lot to say.
My thought on this is that Taco, I'm sorry, you've lost all credibility in my eyes because you don't do TA on 200K market cap shit coins. So I'm sorry. Zero. I'm kidding. Only kidding. No,
You got to do
what
those
you
on the
said
1 second or the 5 second, right?
I'm doing charts on 1 second, 6,500 cap. I literally buy shit because I'm buying shitters when I am in the washroom. That's the only reason. And I'm like, unicorn fart dust. Literally.
dude, I bought what was
And
it?
you had a big
CPU.
win on that one, which was awesome. That was crazy. What'd you get in on unicorn fart? Probably sub 10K. You just see them. Are you getting alerted when they're like, oh, this is a clever name, Pop? Like, I need an AI agent that does that. Hey, this one just dropped and it's called Stoner Guy. I'm like, oh yeah.
All alpha goes to Jupiter and their 8 Pro. Because literally there is a fire hydrant of all tokens launched, or there is there's a filter and then there's like nearing graduation, and then there's those that just graduated. That is literally what I sit on and do, and I load that up.
Jupiter?
Yeah, 8 Pro on Jupiter.
Wow, okay. I'm gonna check that out. Look at you dropping alpha, dude. You should be like Player One Alpha, should be your name.
But who would like the tacos then?
We all like the tacos. Hey, Yas, did you ever get your microphone to work? Because you've been over there looking all handsome and saying no words because your microphone was having issues.
I was talking earlier. Can still no one hear me?
Oh, I did. I don't hear you. I'm sorry.
I finally hear you.
I can hear you now.
I finally hear you.
You're terrible, Travis.
Yes. Hey, yes.
So you can't hear me?
Yes, we can. He's messing with you. We can.
But did you not hear my statement about the consumer apps coming to Telegram?
Nope. It's time for you to make it now.
Oh my god!
Time for you to make it now.
Well, I was saying earlier that the one example that I like to bring up when Telegram and Ton is like kind of the topic is the way consumer apps are coming over to Telegram. And there's this one example I always love to make with an app called Tada, which is like an Asian version of Uber, and they just integrated a couple months ago with Telegram, are now allowing users to book their ride through Telegram and pay with I think it's with USD. Some kind of stable coin, I guess, on Ton through their app. So that is blockchain integration 101. And I think a lot more consumer apps are like realizing the potential of Ton and how seamless it is to attract users and just be also just convenience, I guess.
Exactly.
So is that only geo specific for like the Uber writing? Because one of the things that I found, like when I'm in the APEC region or even in MENA, I can use Grab, and Grab takes crypto as well. They take USDC and PUSD or PYUSD.
Yeah.
PayPal's USD. And I go to Asia and I load that up with crypto. I don't have to connect anything. I love it.
Super handy.
Yep,
Yeah,
100%.
Or you go to a place like Tulum, Mexico, and they got no share ride. They got zero. You can't even summons a taxi via an app, dude. And you're like, so you got to rent a car, and then to rent a car, it's going to be like $1,000 or $2,000 deposit on the rental car, just because. So it's like some places got it, some places they ain't got it, and so it's like those are really helpful that when we do have that stuff set up there. It's crazy when they don't. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have that? Cuss words.
No, with that said, Travis, the Telegram ecosystem, which comes through at this point, Ton Gaming is the only one that I believe is really focused on TG Telegram. I'm curious to see how we continue to onboard the masses, because mass onboarding comes with a lot of flaws in crypto. Right now, I still feel like it's too complicated for the regular user. Chonky, what's your opinion on the market today? Do you feel like if meme coins, Ton Gaming hit that mass adoption scale, do you think we could onboard them and keep them from that scalability with how many wallets you need, how many clicks it takes? Because it takes 2 clicks. You should max 2 clicks before you lose a user. So when you have 3, 4, 5, what's your thoughts?
I think the technology that we have can solve a lot of real world problems. First of all, rideshare is a good example. Ticketing, for example, is a prime example of a real world problem that blockchain technology can solve. Payments is the most clear and obvious one, but right now, the biggest challenge that I see in our industry moving forward for mass adoption is the sheer amount of chains, the sheer amount of L2s, the absolute friction, the bridging, the ridiculous amount of wallets that you can use. There's just too much out there for people to want. It's intimidating for somebody when they come into Web3. It's extremely intimidating. I do think Ton and Telegram, I think what we've talked about, the sheer amount of users alone on Telegram, like it does offer a unique solution to that, something that's less intimidating, something that's packaged all together, and could be sort of an all-in-one. What I don't know for certain is who that winner is going to be. I think we're going to have 4, 5, 6 winners when it comes down to chains and different utilities for those chains. But I think Ton could absolutely be in that conversation for adoption.
They're on the right track. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think there are a few things here for sure. So yes, you're absolutely right. Many of these users are actually first time users of crypto. They have never, many of them have never heard of it. They don't know what a wallet is or how to operate it. However, and many of them obviously will probably never understand the technicalities of it. However, first and foremost, if they see practical solutions that are seamlessly integrated into their daily life, such as Telegram wallet, for example, it will eventually drive adoption, and that will, payments or apps will be the first layer. Yeah, then obviously, those games that are all interconnected and they're all about crypto, they will keep them engaged while educating them. The job of us, like projects like us, is to make sure that they understand it a little bit deeper. And we run loads of different events. We run, we recorded loads of different videos. We ran an event called Treasure Hunt, where each kind of community essentially needed to solve puzzles together, but each puzzle would teach them about something. They would need to find a hidden wallet, so we will educate them about Ton Scanner, how to find that particular wallet with the transaction, etc. We will talk about a Ton Keeper, a wallet itself, how to open it, what's the seed phrases, how to operate that. So projects need to maybe gamify the learning experience of the user to make sure that they stay with that particular blockchain, and that they are part of the ecosystem rather than they get their airdrop, they go to an exchange, sell it, and never go back. That is something we want to avoid, but I do think it's avoidable, and it just takes some time for them from their first touch to when they become full-time user.
To be honest, I think we got I'm just gonna jump in here. Look, man, when I first came to crypto, it was through Cash App, like something super easy. You one click and you bought some Bitcoin, and it was on an app that I already used. I think now it's like, dude, there's a lot going on. There's just a whole lot going on, and I just don't think we're quite ready yet. I think we could be ready in the near future, sometime this year even, but it has to be something simple. People have PayPal, they have Cash App, they have Zelle, they have all these things that are not really crypto related. Some are crypto adjacent, like PayPal. Some are crypto adjacent, but they're not really crypto, and they're not scary. Like crypto, a lot of people. Every time I come across someone regular, like a regular person, is crypto a scam? Like, oh my god, every time. So.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, if we can make it to where it's super easy and like they don't even realize they're using crypto, well, it was Reddit. Reddit, like a couple of years ago, they came out with their avatars, right? They didn't call them NFTs. They didn't mention a wallet. They just gave you they gave you the avatar, and it was cool. And then, oh hey, by the way, you can take these to OpenSea and sell them. Like it was something really I don't know, like the average consumer could use, and would be, you know, something that they could actually make money on, and that right there could onboard some people. But if we're trying to onboard people who are just not crypto savvy, not like like I'm willing to put up with damn near anything to make some money. Like us degens are willing to put up with whatever work we have to do. We'll stay at like whatever it is. But the average person is just not invested. They haven't invested enough time or energy or research or any of that yet to know what they're doing really. So you just got to make it easy for them. That's those are my thoughts.
Yeah, they've never woken up to a $10,000 airdrop just in their account that they had no idea was coming. So until that happens, I agree. We're gonna have a lot of backlash, right? That's why we need to partner with like a Zelle, and Zelle needs to drop like $5,000 worth of crypto to everybody and be like, if you want to claim this, you do have to go here though, and then start onboarding everybody, right? But actually,
Yes, bro. Yes.
that's what it takes, Block, and that's why I had this conversation yesterday on the gaming side. It's only going to take one studio to drive the narrative of crypto gaming and blockchain gaming because, for example, if Rockstar with the Grand Theft Auto 6 release adds crypto or NFTs to any extent, it's going to blow up. And the reason that is because, just to be clear, not one studio could do this. If a Blizzard, Activision, Tencent tried this, it wouldn't work. But if there's any studio that could pull this off in today's generation, it would be a game like Grand Theft Auto 6 and a studio like Rockstar, who have the means, who has that kind of edge to be able to onboard the crypto side and educate it speaking their language. Because right now, if you had these big studios try to do it, you already see it. And I'm not going to name the studios that are trying because I have partnerships and I love them. But the reality is they don't know how to speak to these communities. They don't know how to have the conversations. So with that said, I see Zenith here, who's actually with the Ton side, and he mentioned something that I agree with, right? TG apps are that onboarding tool that will be able to do that to the masses, right? Because you got to understand, Telegram is what WhatsApp used to be, and so forth, right? And it's becoming that. Everyone is coming to Telegram. And Zenith mentions that now Telegram's apps are, now that they're being on your home screen, it also allows you now for a one-click entry. What that means is that user doesn't have to first open Telegram to use the app. They can now just open the mini app straight away, which I think that's super interesting, right? We're talking about things that do. Telegram is doing that, right? So shout out to Zenith, the global community growth manager over there at Ton, for that information, because that is super interesting. Something I had no idea about. Alex, do you, from your perspective, right? Have you guys thought about the Telegram game cycle, the TG games? What's your opinion on that?
I mean, obviously, we did start as a TG mini app, so I guess the app has always been, I guess the vital part of our journey, because that's the way people learned about us, the way they communicated, the way they touched that discovered our story, I guess. And in the future, that's basically what we are already doing. We will keep doing. So I guess the first game was a very, I guess I don't want to say simplistic, but it definitely wasn't a AAA game. It wasn't GTA. Let's put it this way. However, we are now in the process of building at least 4 or 5 more mini games inside the same app, where it will be this ecosystem, like even Dog's ecosystem, will keep on growing and will keep on building games. And now what we are seeing is that with the new updates of Telegram, these games can become actually real games. Not remember the first games on iPhone, how simplistic those were. So, and where the iPhone games are right now. So games within Telegram are very, very soon gonna be very close to those on the later versions of iOS.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's incredible with these tools and stuff.
No, it is. And, we're actually at our segment where we're actually going to dive a little bit deeper about your story, about what Dogs is doing. But before we do that, I do want to remind the audience that Mario's company, IBC, has been around since 2017, working with some of the biggest projects, including some of Binance's biggest projects, as well with some of the biggest launches of 2024. Now, if you're a VC backed project, a meme coin, a listed project, reach out to the team. They're one of the most active investors in the space and also do incubation and marketing services. So definitely DM Mario Nafal's account or the Roundtable account, and we'll gladly connect you to the IBC team. Now, with that said, Travis, now we're going to go into learn a little bit more about dogs. I'm excited. I don't know about you.
That's true. Everybody loves dogs except those who don't love dogs, but I don't think those are really people. If you don't like dogs, you got a problem. Although I also like cats. I like most living animals. They're nice. They seem pretty friendly. They seem like they got good consciousness. So let's go ahead and throw it over there to you. So the dogs community, let's read this. You guys are offering a fresh and unique, innovative approach to the world of meme coins. You're blending philanthropy, creativity, and blockchain integration into its DNA. And you're unlike other projects. You are taking pride in being a community-driven project. Tell us a little bit about what that means, Alex. How are you guys different from other projects?
I think one, as I mentioned already, I think one of the things that we definitely do differently is everything we do, we're trying to do together with the community, and we do mean that. And I'll give you just a good example of that. So after the TGE, quite a lot of tokens were unclaimed, and we thought we ourselves cannot decide what to do with them. The only right way to do that is to give the community a chance to vote on it and decide how many tokens should be donated to charity, burned, or kept to for us to keep building new games, new experiences. And it was overwhelming how many people said, okay guys, we know that burning tokens is a cool deflationary mechanism, but historically we're a project that is about charity as well, so we need to keep aside some budget to donate to others who are in need, and that budget was overwhelmingly $4.5 million, and it's now our charity budget. And yeah, I guess that's one of the ways to be different here.
No, of course. And dogs has gained significant traction in a short period. In a span of a couple months, you went from launch to numerous listings. What do you think has been the key to your success so far?
I think it's a few things, right? So first, it's the narrative, because we historically, the image, the mascot that we kind of use, has been drawn by the Telegram founder Pavel Durov for a charity auction. So that image is very widely recognized in Telegram ecosystem. So, but with that image, with us using that particular image, comes a lot of, I guess, responsibility, and we need to understand the values that were, associated with that image. We have to, I don't want to say borrow, but we have to follow them in a way, and we are. So that's using that image, that kind of community, strong community bond with that image, helped us with the initial traction for sure. The second thing, I guess, is that we were very transparent from the very beginning, that we were not over-promising ever, and we will never do, because some coins they would want to use hype to raise their value, but we instead went for a very transparent, straightforward approach here with a very quick TGE as well. And the other thing, obviously, yes, the community rallied, around us, and the whole snowball effect. That was helped by Telegram's functionality itself, because the way you could invite friends into the app, the way you could, as I mentioned, share stories, the way you can collaborate with others, and you see which of your friends are already participating, kind of the leaderboards among your friends. That whole system, it's very easy to build that app inside the Telegram, but it's very, it's incredible how quickly that app can, grow from 1 million users to, well, we got around 50 million users at the peak at that point.
That's amazing. Nicely done. I got to give you a round of applause on that, figuring out how to utilize Telegram's native tools to help you do serious growth hacking, right? As somebody who's been in the marketing world for years, I worked in Silicon Valley as the global digital strategist for Semantic. Knowing how to do these growth hacks has always been something that's been interesting to me to kind of watch, like how Airbnb was growth hacking through Craigslist, and that's how they kind of grew their traction. And then Uber had some really cool ways on how they were growing traction. So I think you've created a unique use case around that. And I'll love to pick your brain even more so on this. So that's really cool. So your mascot and your logo, they seem different from, a lot of other different meme coins. It kind of looks like, I don't know if you remember Spuds McKenzie. You remember Spuds McKenzie from back in the early Bud Light Day ads? Your guy kind of looks like Spuds McKenzie. So what inspired your logo, and what's the story behind it?
Yeah, I think I kind of touched upon that, but indeed, so it's very similar. Basically, it borrows borrows the idea from Pavel Durov's sketch that he drew for a charity auction, and that charity auction was raising money for orphanages because they are they were underfunded. I guess they still are. And that inspired us to use that. For us, it's a very widely known image in Telegram, and I think in the older platform VK as well. And that particular auction, it helped them raise funds, obviously, for charity. And that's why the first thing we did after we some of our users, we raised money for charity even before TG. We did like a stars users could buy points for stars. And the first thing we did even before the TG is we donated $300,000 to save an orphan, save the children, and animal charity evaluators as well. So yeah.
No, I love that, man. I think you guys are doing a lot of the right things, and the logo itself is very well done. It's not your same thing you're seeing AI designer make or every other project. So like Travis said, man, kudos to you what you guys are building, not just from a design perspective, but from a technical side, from a growth side, marketing side. It's not easy to do, right? I think I mentioned it when I joined. You guys had 3.6 million followers on Twitter, and I do a lot of research. This isn't like a botted Twitter account. Like, it's very organic and very active and these things. And I do this for a living myself. So props to you, Alex, and all that. Kind of goes to my next question, right? And it kind of has to do with Ton. Your project has a deep connection to the Ton and Telegram ecosystem. And I think you might have answered this a little bit, but go a little deeper. Why did you choose to list on Ton, and how did you leverage that connection to grow dogs for maybe someone thinking about, hey, maybe I'm thinking of going to Ton?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think one of the important things here is that Telegram is essentially one of the most crypto-friendly apps out there, and it's also one of the fastest growing blockchains. What Ton does differently is that the team works directly with the builders, because they want to understand what kind of tools do you need, how do you need, what basically you need to grow to succeed in there. And they listen to any of your concerns, they help you, they adapt, they are very agile in that way. And I think that's quite unmatched to any blockchain out there, to be honest. But also, we think that Ton with this strong connection to Telegram, whether like it or not, creates this very seamless way of onboarding users for compared to any blockchain out there. Just try, guys who are in the US, just try wallets in any other jurisdiction, and you will see how different it is from anything you've used before.
Are there some wallets that you maybe would recommend that people who are in the West should utilize? What are some of the more trusted ones in your opinion?
Tom Keeper is a good one. Probably the really good one. There is Trust Wallet. There are others, but yeah, Tom Keeper is definitely a good one out there.
Very good.
Sure.
That's nice. So you guys recently launched an NFT sticker program on Telegram. Now, Telegram's got really cool stickers. Like when it comes to chatting on different platforms between WhatsApp or Messenger or Telegram or Signal or even Farcaster. Like Telegram's sticker game is on point, and they just keep adding new features to this thing all the time. So how did you guys launch this thing? And are you utilizing the community to sort of help create new versions of that? Or are you doing that all in-house?
So yeah, it's a great question. So now this one as well kind of stems directly from, I guess, Pavel Durov's vision on, because he mentioned in one of his keynote speeches, I think at Talk in 2049, if I'm not mistaken, that he believes that stickers on Telegram should become NFTs. And I think we share this vision, and we do believe that inevitably they should become NFTs. Now, we worked together with Notcoin team on this one, actually. It was led a lot by their team. And this is like quite a unique tool for both for the users to, I guess, express, their emotions themselves, but also to show their support of a particular community. And we believe that purchasing these stickers should definitely be rewarded, and that's why these stickers are becoming NFTs as well.
Love it, man.
Now, we were for now, we're selecting who's joining the platform. Obviously, we will open up to more. Pudge Penguins, for example, joined last week, and they got sold out, I think, in under 20 minutes, all of their collections, which really shows that even these older, NFT, societies, the communities, they are joining there, and they, sell out in 20 minutes of the whole collection. That was incredible. Some of ours are also sold out. We sold more than 200,000 sticker packs to date. So
Are we gonna
yeah,
see a dog's action figure or a toy come out soon?
well, it's funny you should ask that, because I literally just spoke to. Or yes, the short answer is yes, definitely. It should be soon. Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense, man, and I'm glad you gave us a little alpha. So if you're listening, you heard it here first. He said yes. I'm not saying hold him to it, but keep an eye out. With that said, Alex, we are getting to the wrap up of the show. I do want to give you the floor to give a little bit of update. So, talk us through what excites you the most about the future of dogs, both as a community and a movement.
I think for the community, the most important thing that we will be building, and we are already, is we want for them to start meeting up in real life far more. We want real connections in the offline world, and that's why we're opening new, communities online, so we can facilitate their meetings in the offline world. We're also starting like kind of our affiliation, SBT affiliation program for holders, where it will give, if they hold a particular SBT, they could get invites to events in their area. They could, meet up. They could do something fun together. We also do want to tie that into local charity, initiatives, so they can, go and do something good there locally, in their city, in their village. And so these kind of programs will also get funding from the wider dogs community for their smaller local initiatives. And yeah.
No, I love it, man. Just the fact that you mentioned dogs and doing charities, that's amazing. I don't know if anyone knows, but the fires in California has a lot of animals up and running around and looking for help. Me and my girlfriend, and we're actually just looking at charities and figuring ways to help over there. Dogs are one of the best animals, and unfortunately, they go through a lot of things around the whole world. So, Alex, kudos to you for that. I
We are
think we're
currently looking into. Sorry to interrupt. We
Go
are
ahead.
currently actually looking into ways to donate to animal charities in there. So if you have any good ones that you trust and you work with, do let me know. We will donate 100%.
I will send you a personal message, brother. I got a few.
Thank you.
So, with that said, Travis, we're getting to the end here, my man. This has been a great show.
Yeah, it's really awesome. We really appreciate you jumping on. There's a couple of charities that I found from some trusted sources who are there in the weeds and who have lived there. I'll find that out and I'll shoot that over to you. I shot you a message on Twitter as well. Really curious about the success of what you've done. I think that you've done some really cool stuff. I've always liked the Telegram network because every single product, every project, every token, first thing you do is Do you have an X account? Do you have a Telegram account? Those are the first things you do on a crypto project, right? And so think of all the dormant communities that are sitting there that just still have hundreds and hundreds of members in them, but these tokens are dead. So there's just so many cool ways that you can reactivate people on this that I've been thinking about, and you guys are doing some of this, Alex. Really, really glad to have you on. This has been a really fun conversation, actually, man. I really appreciate it. So, Block, thanks for joining us with your mutated face. Mr. Taco, appreciate you, brother. Thanks for all the alpha you drop. Always a pleasure to see you. Chonky, great to see you face for the first time, bro. It was nice to see you, man. You got good voice too, man. We'll have you back on these calls. Yas, thank you for joining as well. Great insights. Alex, man, great job on this. Congratulations on all of that. We really appreciate that. Thanks for joining us on Mario today. And thanks to everybody behind the scenes, all the audience, but not Roger. We don't want to thank Roger today. We thanked him yesterday.
Well, yeah, we thank me enough, man. So I don't need the public credit. I'll take it on the private side. But I do appreciate you guys, Travis. It's always an honor to do this with you, my man. You give some great insights, and it's always a pleasure. Chonky, Player, Block, Yas, Alex, amazing things. I mean, this is Mario Nafal's Roundtable, guys. My name is Roger. As you know, that's Travis. We'll be back with another show later today. If not tomorrow, you'll see us. With that said, I'm out of here. This is Mario Nafal's Roundtable. We'll see you later.